I would say Rauschenberg's work has always been about scale in relationship to the body. If things were really large, I think it was always about the body moving through the spaces of the work, right? There are some small works, some smaller objects in this particular show, which I've never seen before. It made me think a lot about Duchamp and ready-mades, of course, because they are, things that are made for human use, right? Objects that you find, in the everyday. I remember seeing Rauschenberg kind of in a film, and he would say things like, yeah, I want people to like look at the painting and then they look away from it because it's just too much to be looking at it. And I think that kind of maybe a kind of resistance of looking, because because beauty isn't exactly what we all think. It all looks like it was found and then just screwed together. Like the good old days of New York where you just walk down the street and you find things in the street and you pick it up and then you make art out of it.
I never saw him as a painter, really, In a way, this idea that he was a painter rather than a sculptor, he was a sort of that I think was remarkable because in his practice, is that he never closed it onto a medium, really.
I mean, there was like not one field that he didn't put his foot in. From, like I said, he was dancing, he was doing work with technology, early technology, photography. I mean, it's a kind of combination of everything that an artist can think and do and use.
So technology was always there, at the center, at the core of his practice. And sound, you know, try to bring in data, light, movement,
If you would say it's a collage, it's a kind of also a combination of things which are contemporary. They are also of their time. I mean, those objects and things you maybe see now in these sculptures from the 50s till the 90s are very much about a certain particular time. So in that sense, it's also kind of like a time machine. He's also different in the sense that as a sculpture, it's not sculpture. You know, it's just objects. It's not kind of either just wood on wood or steel on steel or casting as bronze, or the methodology of it is a combination of things. It's a collage. So it's a kind of sculpture without a pedestal, really.
There's a fragility as if he was acknowledging the fact that to make art is to enter into a precarious world, where things are shaky and trembling, and nothing is certain.
I think it's definitely a record of human existence, which in time and space will be important and interesting for people to try to understand the human mind and the artist's hand. Rauschenberg, there's always something like that fascinates you. Like it attracts you. Or at least it attracts me. Partly, maybe it just feels right. Like all the very wrong things that just feels right. That comes together. Anthropologists or archaeologists would look into it. We will find a lot of information that we never thought, you know, was possible. that exists on a surface, which is the work of art.